Hi everybody, time for another video review. I'm Kevin Grady of the Gospel According to Music, and today we're talking about the CSB Life Essentials Interactive Study Bible. This is 1,500 Principles to Live by Gene A. Getz. Now this also came out originally in the Holman Christian Standard Bible, but this has been updated, and I wanted to share. I've had a lot of people asking me, what is this all about? Well, it's actually the very first full interactive study Bible. This is before the Tony Evans. This came out in 2000, I want to say 2011. I believe that's right. But this is the CSB Life Essentials Study Bible by Gene Getz, and that's got so much information in it, over 250 hours, not minutes, hours of in-depth video teaching by Dr. Gene Getz on these essential life principles. Now, somebody said, well, how long will the IRQs last? You know, they're not going to last forever. They'll wind up taking down the site. Well, they put up the site in 2011. Here it is in 2020. It's still up there, and I believe they'll keep it going, so I don't think you have anything to worry about. Questions follow each principle to inspire personal reflection and group discussion. Topical index and cross references. Over 1,500 life principles are included. Each book introduction provides a list of corresponding life principles found in the book. You see the scan there. You can watch a short video introduction. Commentary and application questions of 1,500 life principles, 250 hours in-depth videos. It's Smithsonian presentation page, 2-column text, topical subheadings, black letter text, 9-point type, textual footnotes, concordance, and full color maps. So those of you who love the maps, you're going to get your maps. So anyway, that's what this is all about. Let's take a look at it. Now this is what they call the leather soft. It's a vinyl cover. This part is smooth. This part is rigid, and actually it looks like cloth, but it's not. And this is what the spine looks like. The CSB Life Essentials Interactive Study Bible. And the back is like that kind of cloth material, but it's not. It really does. I thought when I opened up that, I said, oh, it's cloth, and it's not. It feels like cloth, but it's not. Paper liner. And then you get right into it. Of course, there's a first. This is going to be tough. There's so much information. I'm going to try to do as much information as I can without being an hour long. Read, watch, and apply is the principle behind this. Zooming in on the contents, you've got the author, acknowledgments, forward. There's introductions to a life-changing experience, introduction to a more careful look at the unique design, the message of salvation, principle finder, introduction to the CSB and commonly used abbreviations, the books of the Bible, and the concordance. Now, I will tell you the paper is a little on the thin, so there is some bleed through, but it's not extremely bad. It does look, always looks worse in a camera. Thought-provoking questions, unexpected opportunities, trusted translation, powerful story, a convicting story, why another study Bible, balancing, or principles to live by. Sorry, I missed that one. Balancing the human and the divine, knowledge, emotions, actions. So this does a huge breakdown, and this page here gives you the introduction, and as you see, everything is numbered, but I want you to take a look at what a common page looks like. You've got the text above, then in the middle in gray, you've got all the different principles, the life principle that they present here. Then you've got more scripture underneath it. Now, this has been brought up to me a few times already. The blue. Some people say it's too busy. It drove them nuts. Well, the same design that you saw in the very first HCSB Life Essentials is the same layout as the other one. And I'm going through these and letting you see this. You can use these for topical studies, family devotions, small group study, mentoring, formal classes, and sermon materials, and flexible instruction, higher education, and the final word. Now, I highlighted the final word so you can see this. As I shared above, the initial project resulting in the Life Essentials Study Bible took 7 years. However, since that edition first came off the press in 2011, the Holman Christian Standard Bible translation has been updated and is now called the Christian Standard Bible. Consequently, my team has aligned all of my explanations and my commentaries to be in harmony with the updated translation. And furthermore, I've been active this second 7 years redoing and updating all the videos in high definition. Once again, I had a wonderful group of people attending these presentations. So that kind of explains how they do this. Again, here's an example of some of the things you'll find in John, Paul, and here's your principle finder, and as you can see, it's all kinds of topics. And there's many, I'm going to back off here a little bit so you can see a little bit more. Pages are very hard to turn. Then the introduction to the CSB, then the Old Testament, and then the introduction. And then here are the principles to live by, and they lay it all out in the very beginning before you actually read it, giving you the page number. And as you can see, there's 3 pages of that, and then we get into Genesis. Now, for those of you who like to highlight, that's going to be difficult in this Bible because there is so much highlighting in here already to go along with the principles. So if you're one that likes to highlight, this may bother you. And it's one of those things where it may be a little too busy. There's those footnotes that they were talking about that are included. I'm just going to say that this Bible is not going to be for everybody. I think it's full of wonderful information. I think going on and seeing all the different videos, going through this and just kind of using the guidelines for the principles. But if your eyes get bugged out, and that was actually one of the comments that somebody said, man, this coloring thing bugged me out. You know, you've got your gray that goes from light to dark. You've got your blue here. You got your light to dark gray here. Some people, I'm just going to be honest, some people aren't going to like this. Some people are going to love it. So I would say just take your chances, and it's not that expensive. You can get it. I don't know if they've got it available in an ebook format or if it's available in the Bible apps. You'll just have to check. But again, this has got lots and lots of information. Now, if you'll notice, the ghosting is not showing up that much because there's just so much going on a page. So you don't have to worry about bleed through. It's not going to like bug your eyes as some Bibles get so bad at doing that. Somebody's asked me, is there line matching? To a point there is. You do have some situations where there is some bleed through, where there is no text. Even if you do have text, as you can see, it's not 100% filling in line by line. But anyway, that kind of gives you an idea there. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way over here to the New Testament. It does have one ribbon that is got a silk ribbon, very thin one though. And then we come over here to the New Testament. Here's Matthew. Again, following that same design that you've been seeing throughout. There's a lot of principles in here. There's a lot of, this would be a great topical, if you're one of those that gets into the Thompson chain reference, this is kind of like that, but with videos. So this would be a good one to check out. I have read some of Gene's books. There were books on the men of the Bible, like Nehemiah and Daniel and Elijah, and I'm trying to remember some of the others, but I read about 4 or 5 of his series on men of the Bible. This continues. The layout is still the same no matter where you go. Now here's something here that's a little bit different, where they block in the text to kind of talk a little bit more about the difference between the devil's children and God's children. We're going to go ahead and get to the very back. The concordance, which is a pretty good concordance in here. There's a lot of pages. I'm just going to get all the way to the back here because somebody wants to see the maps. I'm sorry. There was one guy who just complained the living daylights because I didn't show the maps. So now every time I do a review, I show the maps. You remember Dora the Explorer with Boots? And they always talked about the map, and the map would come out and said, "I'm the map." So anyway, here has the maps. I'll be honest with you. I've been a Christian since 1970. I really don't do much with the maps. I have never been a big map person, and many of your study Bibles have smaller maps in the text to kind of show you where things are. But maps are not that big a deal to me, but to some people it's a big deal. So anyway, that's it. That's what it looks like. And yes, it is basically the same thing as the CSB, although there's been some updates. But let me go ahead and give you the information. It was printed in Korea, and there's the ISBN and the price, which you can get it much cheaper than the $59.99. And this was sent to me by Holman for an honest review, and I'm going to honestly say I will probably use this, but I probably won't use it a whole lot because, be honest with you, the colors and the different things there do bug my eyes. So it's just me. Some people, like I said, it's not going to bug, but for me it did. But anyway, great information, great videos, great topical reference, great to use in small groups, Sunday school classes, teaching preparation for service, to teach, or whether you're doing a sermon. Really good information. Read, watch, and apply the Life Essential Bible by Dr. Gene Getz, CSB, Holman Publishers. God bless you. Take care, and I hope you enjoy it.